you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here, and we are back. If you missed, we just did a quick update on Harmony Montgomery. Hey, Melissa. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry. My phone started playing in my ear. We just did a quick update on Harmony Montgomery, but we transferred over here to do our first WTF news. So this is going to be a summertime spinoff, I was saying over there, but I'll explain for people who may not know, where we're going to talk about lots of news, mainly true crime news, but also other news, entertainment news, just whatever I feel like talking about. If I have something I want to say, that's what I'll say. I'll do it. It's just going to be a variety of things. Your news source for the summer. KV, thank you for joining WTF News. What the Flipflop? Thank you for joining, KV. And Lori, 27 months. Thank you so much. And Kelly, thank you for 4 months. Thank you guys for being here. Melissa, I was going to redirect it. I looked to see if you were live before we started. You didn't have any scheduled yet, but if you have one, let me know and we will redirect. Neat. Thank you for the membership. Ooh, I wonder who got it. I saw Midnight Lace say, thank you so much, Neat. Okay. Hey, Guilty of Crime. My summer has officially started today. School's out. Well, we got a lot to talk about. I got some things you guys are going to be like, what the F? Matter of fact, a lot of the things that we're going to talk about are going to be what the F things. Sometimes not, but yeah, that's kind of what gave me the idea. I was thinking when I go through the news and I look at what's going on, I can't believe it sometimes. I'm just like, dude, the world is on fire. Like, people are crazy. And not just in the news, people are crazy on YouTube too. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, just briefly, just a couple quick things, because I want to make myself clear. To me, there is nothing that okay. I don't think we should be doing CPS calls and stuff like that when you're in these online beefs. And that's kind of what it's spun out to. There is no way that we can know what's going on inside somebody's home based on what we see on YouTube, even if we knew them before. I just don't think that it's right. I think that it's something that I want to make sure I'm clear about. I don't agree with calling the police on someone multiple times, making accusations that they're hurting their kids and things like that. Dude, aren't we better than this as humans? I don't know. I just thought that people, I had more faith in people than that. It's sad. I think people get so caught up in hate, they justify and go along with stuff they never would before. And I can understand in extreme circumstances, but not the way that I've seen it being used on here. And I want to make myself clear that this is completely different than I had, I had made this comment, and it was kind of, someone said, well, I called the police department because I saw a comment about me and it accused me of this, but I called and gave them all my information and told them if they needed anything, that's where you get a hold of me. That's obviously so different. It's not even the same. I don't even think that they should be discussed in the same conversation. It's so different. It's not, I probably wouldn't do it, but also I can't blame anybody that does, but that is so very different than what we've seen. So I wanted to say that. And then I wanted to say something else. So in some of the darkest, dustiest, murkiest corners of the internet, there's a screenshot that's going around of a panel that I did a while back with someone who has said some things that are really gross regarding the transgender community that I don't agree with. Nothing against the person necessarily, because of it. I think that when somebody's like that, why not have a discussion with them and try to get them to see the other side of it? If you guys don't know, on my second channel, Real Talk with Alex, I used to do these group panels where we would debate things that are politically going on. And that's been such a talked about topic, different things regarding the trans community. And I've always stood on the side of Let people be people. And then I'll have people tell me, well, this person did this that was really bad, pretending to be a trans person sneaking in a bathroom. That's one person. That's not the whole community. I don't think, I never ever, I just don't feel comfortable with my name being attached to someone who would bash anyone in that community. My heart goes out to those people, and I've said to anybody who's going through something like that, who doesn't feel comfortable in their own body. Can you imagine? And then you have society who, manipulating you and using you and bashing you and all the different things. I don't know. I feel like let people live. And that's it. I will never be comfortable or a person who is okay with bashing anybody that's different than you like that, whether they're transgender, whether they're just a different kind of member of the LGBTQ community. Yeah, I just find that so gross. And I want to say, I absolutely stand against that. Go watch the panels, go see what happened there. I think that we can't just not have discussions with people, especially because there are a lot of people who think how they think because of religious things or the way they were brought up. And isn't it better to have the conversations and try to make people see and open up their hearts to being just kind to everybody and accepting everybody? I'm not ever going to shy away from those conversations. Just because I talk to somebody that has had things to say that are not appropriate towards those people doesn't mean anything about me. I'm not getting dragged into the bullshit, and I'm not giving attention there to anybody who desperately wants it, right? But I just want to say that I put my foot down and make it very clear. That's how I feel. And that's it. My daughter and her wife go through bashing daily. Can you imagine, just for being you, just for loving who you want to love? Hell no, I would never stand behind that kind of stuff. I have ended friendships and walked away from people based on that. I've argued with my family. You got to remember, I come from Southern West Virginia. I come from a place in the Bible Belt where there's not a lot of acceptance. And I fought with tons of people in my family, tons of people in school, friends, because I didn't see things the way they saw them. I don't think it's right to hate somebody based on who they love or who they think they are. If they're confused about who they are and they don't feel good in their skin, that's sad. You lift people up, you help them, you don't tear them down. And again, I'll never be a person who won't have the conversations about it, because there are a lot of different political aspects and things happening in the world. It's a crazy world. That's why we're going to do What the F News. And it's not regarding that stuff. I just wanted to say, it makes me, I might trip over my words. I get nervous, but that's only because it's really important to me to make it clear that I would never, ever, ever be a part of bashing someone because they're trans, gay, or anything else that's different than me. If we were all the same, it'd be a boring ass place. Be yourself, be who you are. If you don't know who you are, figure it out, be honest, do the right thing, love people, offer kindness when people need it, but also stand up for yourself, stand your ground. But it just goes against everything I believe in. And I do not appreciate being attached to that in in that way. Sure, we had the conversations, we had the discussion. That's one thing, but don't act like I would do something like that, or I'm okay with anybody doing that. And that is that. Let me see what you guys have to say, and we'll continue. I am a fighting Southern girl too. Selma Blue, let me tell you, girl, I used to throw down back in the day. I was getting in fights all the time. I won a lot of them. Also got my ass kicked a couple times. Probably needed it. I learned a lot of hard lessons in life. I think sometimes when you just been through it, you've been in the fucking trenches. You've been in a place, dude, I've clawed my way out of a hole. I felt like somebody just had their foot or their hand on my head, pushing me back down when it comes to my addiction, when it comes to many different things about who I am. And yeah, I think when you have really struggled and seen hard times, you don't want to do anything except bring positivity, right? And it's like I said, having the conversations is good. Disagreements are good. Like, so people having passion in them for these things, that's good. But I will never understand how what someone does in their own home affects anyone else. Who you love makes my life different in my life. Hell, I'm just happy you found love and couldn't care less who. Absolutely. Yes, it does. Fancy pants. Hey, LFT. Good to see you. Oh, I love you, Michelle. I knew what you meant, Kelly. Live and let live. Yeah. All right, let's see. We got some things to talk about, though. A lot of true crime. Not all of it is true crime. We continue to have the conversation throughout. You guys want to ask me something? Whatever. Ask. You know what I mean? But yay, fancy pants. Thank you. Sometimes it's hard to talk about certain things. Hey, Pika. Especially when, like I said, when it's like it goes against everything I believe in. It's just like if my kid was going to school and bullying another kid for what they were wearing or something like that, it would devastate me. It really upsets me. I have had similar things happen that it's just not cool with it. I remember being a kid. I swear to you, I will never forget this. Being in like the first grade and sitting on the bus, and this little girl, we had to go down in this deep holler where people live different. Like they just live different. It's not, just different wood or like dirt floors and stuff like that. People, they just live differently in some places in southern West Virginia and some of these coal towns. But I remember going down to this holler and picking up this little girl who got on the bus, and she came and she sat right next to me. And I'll never forget looking at her shoes and her hands, and they were so dirty, like around her nails and on her shoes. And I just thought, fuck, that's sad, dude. That is sad. Like, this is why I think we're better than this. And it's everybody's human. We can get caught up in hate. But I don't know. It just never, I felt like I need to say something and make my stance clear and kind of just tell you guys how I felt. But yeah, I don't know. So. Oh, Lori, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Yay. Thank you. Welcome to the new members. Yes, in West Virginia, Michelle. Actually, the little holler that we went to pick her up on, if you guys are familiar with the Whitakers, they're like a famous family because they've had a lot of inbreeding and stuff, and they've been on this big YouTube channel. Oh, I can't think of his name. She lived like not far from them, very close. I have a tattoo that says live and let live. Been my motto for many years. I love that, Adrian. Oh, David, you are so awesome. I haven't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you. And I get that, Seven. That's why I'm understanding too. I know that some people feel how they feel based on religion or because they come from a place like I did. Like I said, the mountains and the coal towns in southern West Virginia, acceptance is just not a real big thing. At least it wasn't 20 years ago of anybody who was different. Right. And I'm just not cool with that. I'm happy to be the fuck out of there. I can tell y'all that. All right. Now let's get into our news. Let me get a drink real fast. I've done a lot of rambling, maybe some looping, circling the drain. And Lori, that was one of the things we discussed on the panel, the bathroom thing. And, you know, people feel all over. I won't go any more into it, but I can understand that too. You have to be open to hearing from all people and all their thoughts and opinions and try to find a way to make it work where everybody, all humans are respected. And yeah, I don't know. But okay. Crazy Mama, I'm so happy that you stopped by. All right, so let's start with this. This is a story that is so sad, but I saw it today and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to show this to you guys. All of these are kind of those kind of stories. What the F, but this is freaking sad. So grandfather sacrifices his life to save twin granddaughters from a fallen tree limb. Manuel Penzone, 77-year-old outdoorsman and grandfather, is being described as a hero through and through. On Wednesday, he was with his 8-year-old twin granddaughters, and they were spending time at his home in Georgia. And they were exploring the forest behind his house, and they discovered a baby deer. The twins ran back to tell their grandpa about the deer, which he said they should eat lunch and then go back and see if it's hurt or it needs water. Look at them all pictured together here. Oh my God, it's so sad. At approximately noon, him, the twins, and his sister returned outside to check on the deer when the girls heard a loud crashing sound above them. As soon as they heard that sound, they got pushed really hard from the side by him to the ground. When they turned back, their father was laying on the ground with a big tree limb on him. I'm assuming he had gotten hit by a big tree limb, it says, which weighed between 65 and 75 pounds. The limb, which fell from at least 60 feet above, struck him in the head, and he took the full brunt onto the head. He was bleeding from his nose and his mouth. The girls were calling 911 and giving CPR. And it says once Krause and his wife, so the girl's parents, were alerted to the incident, Andrea, his daughter, went to the hospital to be with her dad, and the girl's dad went to the house to be with the girls. When he arrived, the twins were, quote, covered in blood and were in shock. Look at his shirt. It's a grandpa. It's something, I know abuelo, but the rest I don't know. But how freaking sad is that? My God, and how traumatizing for those girls. Hey, Chief. I'm sorry, you guys. I just thought that is so sad. And, oh, I can't imagine. But 77 years old, you know, it's a long life that many people would be so blessed and lucky to get to live. Okay, now we'll go to this one next. We're going to go all over. I've got screenshots. We'll do this is true crime, but not like some of the stuff we talk about. So, woman aboard plane attacks child who called her fat and Miss Piggy for not fitting in her seat. A 46-year-old woman was arrested in Florida at the airport after she hit a child who called her fat and repeatedly said she could not fit in her seat. She was charged with child cruelty and by abuse without great bodily harm. WFLY did get the arrest affidavit, and it talks about how it occurred on a flight from Orlando to Maryland. Before takeoff, Crampton and several others were removed from the plane following the incident. The victim told police that he was angry about his phone being taken, and he called Crampton fat and pushed her arm off the armrest because she was taking up too much space. That's when she smacked him in the face. Ooh. 2 witnesses on the flight also provided statements to police. The first witness said they saw Crampton hitting the victim with her fist and then a water bottle. She then allegedly slammed his head into the window. Oh, hell no. The woman was not correcting the child. She was abusing him. Police detained Crampton at the gate where she said the child was being rude to her and disrespectful. I don't give a damn. First of all, let me tell you something. My boys would never, ever, ever call somebody fat. For real, because I've talked to them so much about how we don't talk about anyone's looks, and we never call people fat. It is hurtful, it is wrong, and it's disgusting. Absolutely, I know they wouldn't do it. Like, let's just say they did. And the person smacked my child and hit his head against the window. Oh, hell no. I don't know how there wasn't a whole brawl or a throwdown, because I'm telling you right now, nope. My ass would be jumping over seats in the plane, whatever I had to do. Let me smack your head up against the window once or twice. There she is. Like, what? Oh, hell no. Yeah, did he need his arse beat? Yes. Should it have been her? No, it's his mama's job. Exactly, J13. That's me too. Alex would have windmilled the whole airplane. I'm telling y'all. He would have brought me way back to my days of not being the nicest person and throwing down over any disrespect. I'm at the point in my life where I'll take quite a bit of shit before I say anything. A lot of times I'll ignore. I won't, like I said earlier, there are some people who are just obviously desperate for your attention at times, right? Never give it to them. I've gotten to the point where I'll sit back and swallow a lot because at the end of the day, I want to kick my feet up, relax with my family, do what I want to do, and not have to worry about the stress of like dealing with that kind of stuff. I can't imagine like being in the middle of shit all the time. It would be so stressful. My personality ain't made for that shit. Some people are, I'm not. I just couldn't. But there are some things that might snap me out of that real quick, and that is somebody putting their hands on my child. Hey, Serenity now. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, the videos are up. Go check them out, you guys, on Real Talk with Alex. They were good debates. And I'm open to have those conversations. Like, I think that's the link. I'm not sure. 1 second. Just gross to have things said like that about you. And I don't know. It's hard sometimes. That's also one thing I wanted to speak on. And not to get in the middle of it. You know, it is what it is after that. But don't try to twist some, like, I've fucked up a lot in my life. Like, even day to day, everybody messes up, right? Like, if I mess up, then call me on it. I want you to do that, but I don't want people calling me on shit I ain't done or twisting my words to mean this or that. Just like with the CPS thing. Like I said, in extreme circumstances, if you really know the person and you visibly see, but still, even then, it's hard for me to say that's okay to do because we're not in somebody's home. And especially repeatedly, because that's what I've heard, what I've seen, you know, full on said by the person who did it, that they called. And then we hear from police and sources that I think when you can believe the police that it was multiple times. I just think, wow, we are better than this as people. Do not get caught up in that hate for real. It's exhausting. Be better to yourself. Screw even the person you're hating on. Be better to yourself. Like, I don't know, dude. But you always own your ish, Allie. And I will continue to. Thank you, Crazy Mama. And I know you'll call me on it too. That's another thing. Surround yourself with people who will not be yes men. You need people who are going to say, you were wrong for that. And it might hurt and it might make you mad, but you need to listen for real. Because there are people out here, and I think that's how some of this like spirals out of control. If you don't have people that are pushing back, especially if you've pushed all those people away, which is a whole nother thing. But a lot of times people who are just want to be in the shit for one reason or another, I know makes a lot of money, they have pushed away friends that have told them to stop. So what do you do then? But anyways, let's continue because we got lots more what the F news to look at. Let me show you guys a couple screenshots I got because this is like not true crime related. I think we can go back and forth a little bit. So Ariana Grande is slated to star alongside Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller in the next installment of Meet the Parents, which is expected to arrive next year. That's kind of interesting. Like, she's going to be in how will they make that work? And how cool. Facts. Alex Chico is that person for me. She checks me on my shit for real. And I love her for that. Yes. And dude, that's a bomb. That's a good fucking friend. Somebody who, because it's hard to check somebody. It's hard to take it and swallow it and be like, okay, let me look at myself. But it's also hard to do it. And I feel like that's a real fucking friend. Yes, Lori, I'm going to make one. Hey, Natasha. I dare anyone to correct my parenting. Lol. Hey, guys. No, 7 Lilies. I haven't. What is that? All right, let's keep going because I got a couple more. Oh, my God. I could not believe this. I don't think I even grabbed the full oh God, the next one's sad. So, a prehistoric sea monster, never before known to man, was hunting prey in North America 85 million years ago. Fossils found a long time ago in Canada, decades ago, reveal this. So, the first set of fossils found in 88 were on the Puntledge River on Vancouver Island. I know some of you guys are in Canada, maybe you know this. Apparently, this is some I can't even pronounce all this, plesiosaur that lived in North America during the late Cretaceous period about 80 million years ago. So this has now been identified to belong to a very odd new genus of sea monster called the Trachosaura sandrae. Now, this guy was like, I've read the article and I'll just tell you about it. He kind of looks like a turtle almost with a super long neck, right? And I think he was 60 feet long, 60 to 80 feet long, big. Can you imagine? I'm out in the water all the time. I cannot imagine being out in the water and you're looking down anyways, like nervous of what's under you if you're on a kayak or something. Imagine something like that is under there. To shut my door back there, so I'm just leaving my camera off. Isn't that crazy? See, what the F? All right, let's see. I want to read you the next one. It's sad though. I'm going to warn you guys. So let's get into this really quick because it is true crime related. It's what the F for sure. So, judge's blistering attack on woman who can't stop drink driving after she kills again in her second fatal crash. A Florida woman, she's only 28 years old, you guys. 28 years old. Has been sentenced to 67 years for causing a crash that killed her own cousin and seriously injured 2 others. It's her second fatal drink driving conviction in 7 years. It comes 7 years after she killed a 52-year-old newspaper delivery man when she sped through a red light and smashed her SUV into his car. Like, I'm sorry. I don't really think that she should have been out in the first place, but okay. You know, accidents happen, but then she does it again. Oh my God. I'm sorry. 67 years is not enough. On Friday, she wept and buried her face as a judge delivered a scathing verdict that will keep her locked up until her late 70s. Judge Green said he struggled to comprehend how she could commit the same deadly crime twice in her lifetime. And he said, quote, "It's almost as if instead of taking every step to avoid putting yourself in that situation again, you took steps to ensure that it happened. And that is incomprehensible for this court," he added. The first time she only got 5 years. There she is. Here's the man that she killed first. Oh my God. Here's the 2021 crash. She didn't even do her full 5 years, but look at that. She smashed into his car. Then the second time, she got 2/3 of a century behind bars. She said, "No matter how many sorries I say to each of you or even him, I could never forgive myself." The court heard how she had a traumatic childhood, including sexual abuse by male relatives that only came to light when she was diagnosed with an STD at age 9. She never received proper mental health treatment and later was diagnosed with PTSD. She would contemplate self-harm or suicide and self-harm with broken glass. By age 11, she was drinking, smoking, trying to cope. That's freaking sad. But it's still it's still, in my opinion, it gives us the explanation, the why, what happened, how do we get here, not an excuse. And I'm not sure that they're using it as an excuse. I'm just saying. She was hospitalized for 2 suicide attempts, and that was according to court records, which the Daily Mail did obtain. The assistant public defender said Jennifer committed these acts because she's broken. She was a broken child that never healed. Well, she did some time, right? She just went through this situation a few years ago. I think some of that should have been addressed. Here's the problem. Mental health care isn't talked about enough. Mental health isn't talked about enough. It's not. And when it is, people are shamed. I don't know. There's a huge problem with that. A huge problem. But as much as it's very sad, it's no excuse. It's truly unbelievable that you could go out and do this again and just within a couple freaking years. And then here she is in court. Oh my God Almighty, look at this. It's evidence from the court. There's her in the hospital. Crazy. What the F, you guys? And it's the first thing cut from budgets. Yep. I cannot believe. I'm sorry, but not to get political, this would be more for like the debates I told you about we had on Real Talk. You know, I don't want to get political. I don't like any of them. The only time I've ever voted, I voted for Joe Biden. That wasn't in this, obviously in the past election. That was in 2020. And I don't know if I'll ever vote again. I don't trust anybody. And I'll tell you one thing, I definitely can see I agree with things from both sides. But one thing I'll never agree with is cutting the funding for Medicare, Medicaid, cutting the funding for mental health care, cutting the funding for cancer research, why? Why? This country, I mean, I agree. Get rid of sending money overseas for shit that doesn't involve us. But this is all about us. That's about enriching our people as people. And I understand people need to pay their way. I agree with that. But dude, we're in America. Like, I don't know. I just find it, I don't like it. Yeah, exactly, Pika. They are quick to holler mental health is the problem, yet these are the programs they cut. I'm just saying. I happen to agree with that, Gidget. I believe that healthcare should be something that everybody has. A lot of the other things, I don't think we should give money for. I do think people need to stand on their own a bit, but I think healthcare is different for me. That's just for me, and I respect all you guys if you believe that or not. For real, some of my family, I told y'all at the beginning, I grew up fighting over these issues with my family and people around me because of where I was raised. In the Bible Belt in southern West Virginia. But yeah, let me not get off on a tangent. Let me get to the next one because y'all are going to be like, wow. And this is really sad, but I don't know what's going on. And I would like to know. So I screenshot this entire article. But so this week alone, 6 whales have died in San Francisco. 6 gray whales. Okay, they're washing up on the shores. But that's just this week. If I'm not mistaken, we're about to read it. There's been 15 this year. You guys know, like, if you don't know, I've talked about it many times on this channel. Like, one of the things that I'm like very passionate about is, whales being kept in captivity, sharks being kept in captivity, things like that. Like, this breaks my heart. This is freaking sad. It's just sad. So let me read this to you guys. 6 gray whales have died in the San Francisco Bay Area in just the past week alone, bringing the total of stranded whales to 15 so far this year. Authorities are rushing to figure out what could cause it. And I was telling my kids about this, and I was trying to explain to them, here's the thing. All of these whales die off. That's a huge hit our ecosystem takes. So you may not think it affects you, but it does, because it's a chain, right? The food chain. And one little thing will affect everybody later on. So the California Academy of Sciences confirmed that 6 gray whales died between May 21st and May 28th, and that their necropsy response efforts to figure out what is going on has been challenging. I know that there have been some dolphins as well, and I think they believe there's some sort of like algae. But okay, now this one, I didn't even grab the story. I just grabbed the post from ABC News because I saw it right before the live. I was looking for different stuff. Listen to this. This is wild, and we're going to get into some other cases in a second. Oh my God, it's the same shit. Like, if you have a damn gun, keep it locked up and away from your kids, but I'll get to that in a second. So, a California father allegedly fired a vehicle occupied by several teenagers he says had been bullying his daughter, officials said. Now, the man faces multiple charges for what prosecutors said was an unreasonable and dangerous response. That's one of the reasons I didn't grab an article or anything, because it's involving kids. Everyone survived, and it's the bullying issue. it's better to keep it. We don't know who these people are. We know this situation is happening. We need to talk about it. So prosecutors said the suspect fired 2 rounds from a handgun down the street at the vehicle after his daughter's classmates had egged his house. Fortunately, they were not hit, said the local district attorney. The same teens reportedly poured canola oil on the steps outside of the man's home. Now, that is sick and twisted. Do not get me wrong, because what are you trying to do? Get somebody to break their neck? But and I understand being mad when somebody mistreats your kids. I really do. Like, I would be furious too, but damn, man, you can't be doing all this. Shooting at their car, go, call the school, get counselors involved, whatever you got to do. But this is ridiculous. And I'm with you, Gen X8. People with short tempers should not have guns. Natasha, I saw Tessa's comment and I haven't got to watch it yet, but I know you were on panel with Melissa and I cannot wait to watch that. I'm sure you did freaking awesome. That is so cool. And I'm curious like how you felt about it all and what you thought. Nature Rocks, thank you for being a member for 18 months and good to see you. Okay. So now KV, Kimberly, there are going to be some cases that involve kids coming up now, and they're awful. But let me see what we'll start with. We'll start with this because I'm not going to read through it, but I do want to touch on it. I talked about Diddy and what's going on with him. I grew up listening to him. I grew up loving his music, his other artists, Maze, Danity Kane, just so many of them. And I had told you guys he's a monster, but have they proven Rico? Now, this is an interesting update, and I believe that it could be part of proving the Rico. So it says, ex-assistant says she cleaned up Diddy's freak-off aftermath, including baby oil and blood. So we don't get to see, but we know that this witness was tasked with preparing and cleaning up the rooms. So you literally have your employees taking part in this. I mean, that sounds like a criminal enterprise. Oh, I hope not. Hey, Shraddha. Natasha slayed it. Oh, how cool. Natasha did awesome. That's according to what they did to my kids. I haven't seen Natasha's response. Somebody let me know if I miss it. Yeah, okay. So many people enabled him, but you know what? It's money. Lori, I was worried he wouldn't go to prison because they said if he doesn't get convicted with the RICO and it's just like the sex trafficking, the other charges, he could get time served potentially. Pika says, I've been following it every day with transcripts on Rabbit's channel, and they have definitely proved Rico, in my opinion. Interesting. Well, thank you, because I've not got to watch those yet. I saw she was doing the transcripts. I don't have it in my Nightbot, but you guys can check out the channel Down the Rabbit Hole News if a mod wants to grab it. She has a great channel, for real. She covers so many different things, and she does an awesome job at it. But, yeah, I would like to see that because I've kind of been watching and I've slacked off the last week or so. Other people who are there, like Tisa Tells, and watched some Rotten Mango. And in the beginning, I know there were questions. Oh, it's nerve-wracking at first, Natasha, but you get used to it. Girl, let me tell you, the first live streams I ever did, my table, my desk, everything was just shaking. I was trembling so bad that I was shaking everything around me. I think you can literally see it. I think Rico is easy to prove. Any conversation can be a conspiracy. Well, I didn't just come to that conclusion fully on my own. So I have been watching some legal experts, and they were saying, that was their concern. And then that kind of made me concerned. And so on and so forth. But you know what, y'all? Hold up. I got to do something. gosh. Okay, can y'all hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Barely. What the heck? You can kind of hear me? What is going on? Okay, can you hear me now? What? Okay, 1 second. Let me see if I can fix this. Dude, I got a plan. Just 1 second. I'm crazy. Why did I decide to do this? Okay. Can y'all hear me now? Oh my gosh. Even what? Okay. My computer's backstage and my phone is up front, I think. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry. What did I do that? I really wanted to take y'all outside with me and have a smoke break and talk about the rest of this. And that was not a good decision. But dude, I'm used to streaming outside. I like to kick it on the porch with y'all. Like we're, hanging out and shooting the shit and just talking. Okay. All right, let's see here. So let me see. There are a couple I want to do before we go, and we will just talk more later back in a second. So let me just do. What the heck? All our technology, and we're here still asking, can you hear now? I know. Okay. Minnesota mom. We're going to end it after, or we're just going to chat after this. I'm going to stop the screen share, but I'll do the rest on the next one. But hopefully you can hear me now. I don't know why I decided to do this. I'm so sorry. This is where you get the professional, top-notch, quality content from this WTF news, okay? Minnesota mom charged with murder in toddler son's death stopped at Walmart for Pedialyte on the way to the hospital. What is going on? I'm probably still roboting. Hello? Wonder if this one's better. Am I still really quiet? Chat is lagging all night, PB&J. Hey, it's all good though. My plan is just to talk to you at the end until let me see if what. Natasha, do you know what Melissa's plans are? The Whitakers were on. Yes, soft white underbelly. You're right. Thank you. Okay. How's that? Oh my God. Forget it. About this. It's too serious with all the issues for real. The rest of the things. but we'll just chat for a minute, for a little bit until I know what's up with Melissa's. But so it's not okay. There we go. Why is there two? Dude, I'm losing my mind. I should have never tried to come outside. I had the mic and headphones and all that set up. And let me exit out on my phone. I just wanted to kick it with you guys. I was feeling like, I don't know. I needed this love. I'm glad that you're here. Oh, okay, Tess. Okay, thank you. That's good to know. The other ones are pretty tough to hear anyways. I will say there is this one I think is important. Let's talk about this, and then we'll just hang out and talk about whatever your guys' thoughts are on anything we talked about. And like I said, feel free to ask me anything about anything. I hear so much, like you all, I don't know. Sometimes I think on YouTube and some of these communities, not on the true crime channels, not you know, in the trials and stuff, but in some of these communities that the truth doesn't even freaking matter to people. Like they just make shit up and make connections that aren't there and say stuff that never happened. So please, you guys always feel free. Ask me for real, anything. Oh, Solo Angel Mom. I think I responded to you, but I was so flustered. But thank you for being a member for 10 months. And not that Justin, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Oh, thank you. Those places are wacko. Okay. It's perfect now. Thank you. Shouldn't chat. Okay, I understand. Thank you guys. I didn't know. I just don't want to. I always want to be aware of that. Yeah. It's crazy. All right. So always know you can ask me anything. I'm open book, willing to talk to you guys about literally anything and everything. And let me tell you, like I said earlier, I've been through it. Look, there are a lot of things in my life I'm not proud of. I'll still talk to you about it. But, you know, it's just the way it is. It's life. I've literally lived in the trenches. So just want you guys to know that. But I think we should talk about this still. It's important. So, and Neat, can you repeat your question about Minnesota? I can pull it up. Oh, I have it right here still. So we can look at it if you want. If the audio is good, we can look at these too. So a nonprofit advocacy group is pushing for legislation that would mandate cameras in all public daycare centers in Missouri following the death of an autistic child. The Uvalde Foundation for Kids said it to apply the proposal to license daycare facilities across the state, known as Conrad's Law. It's in connection with the death of 3-year-old Conrad Ashcraft at Poppy's Playhouse 2 daycare in Park Hills. Tara Williams filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the daycare on behalf of her son. This incident occurred May 16th. One of the workers claimed that the boy sustained a fatal injury due to defendant's negligence and that the employee used their legs to apply pressure to his chest or abdomen in an attempt to get him to sleep. Court documents indicated the boy had been wrapped in an 18-pound blanket and left in a hallway. I think this is important. I'm going to just share the video in the chat and you guys save it for later. Check it out. There should be cameras in these places. Why not? You know what I mean? That's something else. I don't care if my taxes go to that. Let's protect our kids. J13 says, Krama, not afraid to dox a lot. Some of them, and some of them don't. Like, there are good and bad and everything. That's just the truth. But it's gotten nasty on here, dude. It really has. I can't believe it. I think that is there something about like we're dehumanizing each other or something where we're not face to face and we're kind of talking through text, and I don't know. She basically smothered him. Yeah. Put a ton of pressure and weight on him to get him to sleep. So this is something we should keep our eye on. And speaking of this, tomorrow, a fundraiser, I don't expect it to do a ton because there have been so many recently, but I really wanted to join in and kind of put my own. I've been planning to do this Idaho 4 live, going through all this stuff that Amber True Secret ATS News, she changed her name, had sent. And I want to go through that with you guys. And I found this nonprofit that YouTube supports that pays for school lunches for kids. And since this happened at a university, I thought that would be a good way to do it. So I think Jen's going to come on, Melissa if she can, and I may ask a few other people. And yeah, so be here tomorrow. Thank you, crazy mama. There was a LVN in Florida who was just arrested for abusing a disabled girl. What is wrong with these people? It's like that lady we talked about a while back, the school bus aide. How do I forget her name? Because I was saying it like every day. Kiera, I don't remember her name, but she was a bus aide to help disabled kids and was literally abusing them and taking her anger out on them. Okay, neat. So here's this one. We'll do another one in a couple days. I'll gather some more things that aren't true crime related, some that are, and depending on what else happens, we'll talk about all the things again in a couple of days. So these last ones I'll save. But you had asked the Minnesota case. So a Minnesota mother's been charged with murder in the death of her 20-month-old son after a county coroner ruled his death a homicide. According to the Moorhead Police Department, 32-year-old Valeria Connie Zamora. I'm sorry, Valerie. Oh, the girl we talked about, Valeria Marquez in Mexico. She's, I guess, on my mind. I saw that and saw her name. Valerie was arrested in Fargo, North Dakota, and is being held in the Cass County Jail until she is extradited back to Minnesota. A criminal complaint filed in the case said Zamora brought Jose Lazarus Zamora to the hospital on the night of May 15th. He was pronounced dead just after 11 p.m. The Ramsey County Medical Examiner's Office found bruising on the boy's body and ruled that he died from complications of blunt force injury due to an assault. The autopsy reported contusions all over his body as well as rib fractures. My window got popped into another window, so I happened to, move back and forth to scroll. Zamora reportedly told police she lives in Moorhead with her partner and 3 children, and the 20-month-old boy had been vomiting on the morning of May 15th. She gave him Tylenol and Gatorade and ran errands with the family. The boy basically slept all day and was not himself. Ultimately, she told her partner they should take him to a doctor, but on the way to the hospital, she stopped at Walmart to buy Pedialyte. While she was inside, her partner came to tell her the child was throwing up blood. At that point, they sped to the hospital according to court documents. As for the bruising, she said he bruised easily. But police said she changed her story. This sounds so familiar. I'm going to tell you guys what this reminds me of. This, makes me sick. I just cannot with evil ass fucking people like this. But police said she changed her story regarding how ill he was before the visit. She eventually said the child had started throwing up on May 14th and the vomit was normal then, but changed to black or dark substances, most likely throwing up blood, you guys. Witnesses told police they'd seen the boy at various times on May 15th and had urged Zamora to take him to a hospital. One of her other children told investigators that she felt the child needed immediate medical care when she got home from school that afternoon, but her other said she would wait until her partner came home from work. According to court documents, Zamora told police she never hurt the boy but was afraid to take him in for treatment because it was, quote, obvious neglect and she feared having her children taken away. Obvious neglect? Oh my God. Look at this. Let's see if we can get a picture. toddler deaths. This reminds me of Victoria Rose. So I talked about this when my channel first started. I actually had her aunt on here, and they were like advocating for laws to change and different stuff. A lot of stuff was happening. So she was adopted by the winner of America's Worst Cooks, or Worst Cooks in America, something like that, on Food Network. And that woman was taking her anger out on this baby. So she was parading her on social media. Okay, so it was an African American family, and it, like, she had ran a Facebook page based on, adopting and loving kids of all races, and like really good stuff, right? That anybody would support. And come to find out, why she's sharing all these pictures of her and the baby dressed like twins and, twinning and stuff like that. She was taking her anger out on her, beating her up every time she got angry, and right before she passed away, she was showing the same signs of something bad is going on. And she had her husband go out and try to get, they were looking for medication for bruising and Tylenol, and they had her in a bath. Then she goes unconscious, and they say she had too much water. It was a horrific story. Lots more came out. There was a lot of abuse happening. There were other kids in the home. Victoria's brother was there. The couple already had kids. This sounds like something like that. Like, I'm thinking you or your partner would obviously know that this is going on. What the hell? I don't know. Let me see this video really quick, and then we'll talk about some other things that's not true crime related I want to talk to you guys about. Maybe. Oh, this is live. Oh, no, it's not live. Okay, it's a 2-minute video, I think. It's hard to tell. I don't know what we're doing. Okay, no, I thought it was a video, but it looks to be like live footage from their news station. Dexter. I love Dexter. But I'll keep an eye. I want to watch. I want to see what happens. I hope and pray they're going to find out every single injury this baby has, and her ass is going to be done for. Watch and see. And I'll be waiting for it, and I'll let y'all know when that shit happens. So, you guys, I don't know how many of you know. Let me pull it up. I started a new TikTok, right? I'm obsessed with like finding new snacks. I have a true crime TikTok. I don't really post there too much. It grew to like 25,000 the first year and has set below 30,000 since. It's just barely grown because I don't post really. But I wanted to start a second TikTok for like snack releases and stuff like that. And let me share that with you guys, because one of the videos I just posted has like 60,000 views. I can't believe it. But I don't know. I always talk about true crime. It's important to me. I don't ever want to stop. I think the issues we talk about here are so important. Sometimes, it reaches a lot of people. Sometimes it only reaches a few. I've had a live one time with like 20 some people a couple years ago. Believe it or not, the right person watched the video though. And then I've had lives during Idaho breaking that had 2,000 people. To me, either way, I want to keep talking about it. Even if like my TikTok on snacks exploded and I didn't have to, or whatever, I didn't have time for it and I was doing well over there, I would still want to talk about these things because they're important to me. I think we need to know what's going on out there. We need to keep our kids safe. Hell, I just bought 2 kids and dogs at play signs for my driveway off Amazon. But so yeah, I'll always talk about it. But wouldn't it be so cool to just get to like talk about snacks and makeup and stuff for fun? Okay, let me show you guys. So here it is. It's called Allie Does Whatever. It only has 34 followers. Oh no, 123. I'm following 34. So if I follow you, I'm not doing any. The only way that I'm finding people, if they follow me and their picture looks familiar from YouTube, I hit follow back. So, because I did that to one person and they came to me and they're like, I don't even think they had videos. I'm not sure, but they were like confused. That's why. And snacks, you'll go viral. Thank you, Fancy Pants Nance.
But this video I made, there's music, but fuck it. This, it is what it is. I'll play it anyway. Let's just listen to it. I did this one. There's a new Sprite and tea. I don't like it, but my niece who lives with me loves it. So, and it's caffeine free, so it's okay for kids. I don't let the kids have but like a half a soda a day though. But if you're looking for something that's caffeine free. Oh, okay, J13. Thank you. Hey, Citizen Sleuth. Hey, Deb Lee. Good to see you. It's been a minute, dude. I missed all you guys. I feel like I don't get to see so many of you these days. Start scrolling on TikTok. Before I know it, days has gone by. That's how long I stay on there. Let me share Crazy Mama link. Because she does videos sometimes, and you guys should check it out. She's awesome. But hopefully I got it right. Did I? Yes. Okay. All right, let me show y'all this one. This is the one that got 62,000 views. How freaking cool. Let me show y'all, though. It's like 2 seconds. Literally barely say anything. Barely do anything. Look, like no effort. I'm not on camera. Let's check it out. Ooh, we should.
Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these new gummies from Walgreens. We have peelable gummy watermelon and cotton candy grape. Yum. And so on the back of the watermelon, it says peelers. And on the back of the cotton candy grape, we have 4D. So the same people that make like the fish and all the other 4D gummies. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at these new gummies from Walgreens. We have
That's literally it, but it is a really cool big deal for me. But anyway, not a big deal, but you know what I mean. Those are really good. I didn't like the watermelon as much, but I'm not a watermelon candy person. So for watermelon candy, they're good. But the grape, oh my God. Oh, thank you, Natasha. Crazy Mama, I've been slacking too. But honestly, I'm not even, it's tanked my channel. I've been telling my friends, like, I really think my channel's tanked. I'm out of the algorithm. I get tons of messages that people can't find my channel. They don't get notified. You know, I was on the phone with my own best friends the other day, and they're literally searching for my channel. They're subscribed by my name, and it's not coming up until like way at the bottom. So I'm obviously out of the algorithm. But I haven't been able to be on here like I used to. Like I would like to be on here a couple hours every day. But, you know, I don't know. I don't think that I don't know how you guys do it, that foster and adopt multiple kids. And because it's such an adjustment. And even after a year, like there are so many things that need to be done here and things that my attention need to be on here. Having an extra kid, you know, because I used to post a lot more when I didn't, but it is what it is. We make sacrifices for things that are important to us. And, you know, yeah, but it does, Elor. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Alicia. I don't get any I'm so sorry, Deb. Apparently, you can hit the subscribe and unsubscribe and then redo it and hit all notifications and they might go through. Hey, Broken Justice, you do. Can't find my way back. Hey, if you need me, let me know. Dude, you're a Jolly Rancher girl. Listen to this. I saw this on TikTok the other day. And speaking of TikTok, you can take Jolly Ranchers and melt them in the microwave in a little bowl, and then it will turn into like a liquid candy, basically like you're boiling and making your own candy, and then dip your fruit in it and make like Jolly Rancher Tanghulu. Is there anything else in the news we need to talk about or you guys want to touch on? My mom was a foster parent. Oh my God. Well, I think it's freaking awesome. Just like neat. My niece, Michelle, my little niece is living with me, but she's been here for a long time now. It's just still like, I don't have that much time. There's not enough hours in the day. But yeah, Neat has talked about, so I feel comfortable saying many times that she fostered. And yeah, I think that people that do that are free, like, especially multiple people and strangers, like special people, dude, because there are a lot of people, a lot of little kids out there who could use good parents, you know? think about if Harmony would have been adopted out instead of put with Adam. Even her foster parents, like a good foster home can change a kid's life and their trajectory. I've seen it right now. I'm living it. You can, with a good routine and schedule and love and care and support, you can have a kid that's not doing great in school and not to school to making straight A's and wanting to do it. And like, it's all about that home base, being secure and safe and stable and reliable. That's so important. Ooh, you make cotton candy out of them? How do you do that? I know. I want to try it with grapes. You guys, responding to you, crazy mom. Oh my gosh, my brain. Allie knows all the things. All the snack things? Maybe. Makeup too. I love makeup and stuff. Hey, Nicole B. Good to see you. You can also make stained glass window biscuits by putting a Jolly Rancher in the center before you put them in the oven. That's cool. Oh, have you guys seen the Bowberry biscuits? If you have a Bojangles, the sausage Bowberry biscuits, you must try one. They are so good. If you have a Duck Donuts, a very similar thing that I love is their sausage on a donut with like the maple syrup. Oh, it's so good. Elor, I would do the same if I was financially set. If I was stable financially, I would adopt again. I would adopt a kid anyways, a little baby. But maybe one day, you never know. Safe, yes. So important for them to know too that they're safe and stable and they're not going anywhere and there's nothing crazy happen and I never have people at my house. I mean, I would have like a friend over or something occasionally, but I don't know. I just like the security of it just being like my family, around the kids. And from time to time, a visit is great, but, I'm not one of those people here all the time. I just don't know about that. But preferences, everybody's different. Some people want people around all the time. I'm looking for your comment, PB&J, but I can't find it. I see your correction here. Let me see. Unless, oh, Brandy. Well, I hope that you do. Oh, one of my good friends was a foster parent for Victoria Rose, who was murdered by her soon-to-be adoptive parents. Oh my gosh, Melinda. Yeah, too. I guess you just heard me talking about that, but that is so crazy. Oh my gosh. Let me pull up I'm going to try to find my old video. It's terrible quality. I'm filming on like a very old cell phone. And it's just terrible quality, but it was important. Her aunt was on with me and she was, like I said, she was trying to do some legislative work regarding the case. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful child too. Have you guys ever seen that case or looked at anything about it? I typed my name in trying to find my video and it's a bunch of this football player with the same name as me, like definitely out of the algorithm. I can't even find my own channel. Okay, let's go here. We're going to go to my oldest. Maybe I'll find it that way. I hope it's still up, but I would think it would have been. Hold on, I got a better idea though. I'm going to go to my TikTok. I know I have old videos on it because they did well. Oh God, this is embarrassing, but I'm going to show you. Hold on. Okay. I didn't see the troll, but that's all right. Again, oh my gosh, I even show a clip of my interview with her. Let's see.
This is 3-year-old Victoria Rose Smith.
This is so embarrassing. Just know that I was very, very new to doing this, and yeah.
In January of 2021, Victoria lost her life to this monster behind me, Ariel Robinson. Ariel was the winner of the Food Network show Worst Cooks in America, and thankfully Food Network has deleted all of her episodes. Today on my YouTube channel, I had an interview with Victoria's Aunt Michelle.
See?
It was bad. It was really bad. There have been several people that have told us and Tracy that they saw Victoria, and they said it'll haunt them to the day they die.
Well, thank you,
I
Tracy.
hope that you guys will go check it out for yourself. There's a lot of important information on there, like Michelle's petition on change.org. And please, if you go, send love and support her way, because I know the family could really use it.
Wow. Crazy to see. Let me see, because there might be one more that shows more pictures of her. Well, because if you go back, this is her in the back, but let me see how long.
3-year-old Victoria Rose Smith.
Look at her. Oh my gosh, with the chocolate on her face.
In January of 3-year-old Victoria.
Oh my God, she's so adorable. So freaking sad. Let me just flip y'all back over here and just try to find the other videos, because that is not the only one I have. Maybe if I put Food Network. There's other videos on her, though. Let's look at that then, if I can't find it. So this is when you search her name there. Look, we have here a part 2. Oh my God, it shows her with a little bruise. I told you guys, like, the Facebook, like, it was all about like this. A lot of Facebook groups and Facebook persona. Just goes to show you, everything you see online, and we've talked about this in the Watts case. Just because it's online doesn't make it true. People put their best online. A lot of people won't get raw, real, and talk about the dirty stuff with you. Some people will, but I will tell you this: 90% of what you see is probably, I mean, I don't want to say it's fake, but it's like cleaned up. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, Mila, I'm okay. Are you okay? Okay, Mila. No, I tell the truth, babe. Sorry if it hurts. It is what it is, but that's just what I feel I want to do, is talk the truth on that subject. It's okay. Just, yeah, you can delete it and then, or leave it. I really don't care. I was due 2/25 of this year. Oh my God, PB&J. I am so sorry. I didn't know that I was due. My little princess passed a month before her due date. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I've talked very openly about my journey with addiction and self-love and all of that stuff. You can find several videos on my channel that go through that. And I believe in tough love. I think you have to be honest. Look, babying someone in addiction, being easy on them because they're in addiction, is exactly how they get worse and turn into monsters. You have to be truthful about it. You have to put your foot down. You have to speak it like it is. You ain't helping nobody, addicted or not, if you aren't speaking it like it is. That's the truth. If there's something wrong, the last thing to do is start lying about it or being easy or whatever. Be real. And the truth is the truth. If you're talking about Crystal, here's the thing. She lost Harmony 3 times. to CPS. And the final time she advocated for Harmony to be adopted by the man who murdered her for pissing in the car when she was living in the car. I'm going to get fucking pissed on this one, because don't you dare come in here and start shit with me about that, because I don't care. That's the way I feel about it. If you don't like it, kiss my ass, for real. Not only did she do all of that, but then she last saw her, we just read it. She last saw her around Easter in 2019, and she wasn't reported missing until November of 2021. Then she talks about getting paid, getting this money from the state when they settle, and they don't have to admit any wrongdoings. None of their books have to be opened up. There doesn't have to be a court process of witnesses telling what happened and what went wrong. I'm sorry. I don't think she deserves the money, and I think it's fucking sick to attack the men who are raising her son. And I don't care if she's addicted or not. That doesn't have shit to do with it. Oh, you're hard on drug addicts, or oh, I got a comment the other day. You should be easier on Crystal. She's been through a lot with her addiction. So have I. But being easy on somebody like that only makes them worse. What don't you fucking understand about that? It's not really that hard to grasp. It's just like a little kid, right? If you teach them, if you don't have rules, if you don't have standards, then they'll walk all over you. They test the limits. They push as far as they can. Oh, Ava, I just appreciate you, and I'm happy to see you. But I'm sick of that. Don't give me that shit. Oh, you're hard on... No, I'm not hard on drug addicts. You know, I got lots of love for people who are addicted, and I hope I tell my story proudly. I've showed horrific pictures. Go look at my shorts. Look at the pictures I've shared of my own self, the stories I've told you about myself. Okay? Staying in dope houses and shit for years, looking terrible, just being the worst, lying, stealing, being a piece of shit. And guess what? I put all of that out there honestly, even though it sucks. And I've had people that have been mad at me show those pictures on their live streams and mock me for it and shit. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. I continue to fucking do it because I remember. I remember what it was like to think that it wasn't possible to escape that life. I remember what it was like just being totally okay with it and accepting that that was going to be my life. And I'll be damned if I'm going to not tell the truth about all of it, period. If you don't fucking like it, then go somewhere else. Makes me cry, dude. But not out of sadness, like out of anger, because it's bullshit. If somebody is... here's another thing. If somebody's addicted, there's not much you can do for them except offer to be there if they're ready to get help. Try to help them find resources. Give them a soft place to land when they're ready to get better. But until they're ready to get better, I mean, there's nothing you can do. And again, my tough love approach, I'm at the point where my own siblings, if you're strung out, stealing from me, you know, doing shit like addicts do, I might have to love you from a fucking distance. And that's just that. And no. Ooh, I'm sorry. Thank you, ASB. I am proud of myself, but, you know, it just makes me mad to hear that because it's not reality either. It's like this does nothing for anybody. You know, if you can't speak about it truthfully and say, if somebody fucks up, say you fucked up, you're wrong for that. Look, and it's not even having to tell other people when they fucked up. Here's the craziest part of it all, or the biggest part of it all. You have to, as a person, as an addict, be able to look yourself in the mirror and admit to yourself of all the times you fucked up. Really do a examination of your fucking soul and realize what you've done to people, the impact you've had on people, and how you never want to do that again. So don't you fucking dare come in here and do that shit to me. I'll say what the fuck I want to say about addiction because I've been through it. And not only have I been through it, but I've also been on the other end of it. being the family member of those addicted. And I feel the way I feel. Period. Okay, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm done. I'm sorry to yell at you guys. I'm sorry to get all worked up. It's a fucking troll. I should ignore it, honestly. But okay, I don't give a fuck, Miss True Crime. Go on somewhere. Think what you think. Hello, Amber. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, Ava. Thank you, guys. You are the bomb, and I love you guys. I'm sorry to go off like that. Thank you, Natasha. Oh, God damn, I love you, Ellie Michelle. I love you guys. But anyways, this WTF news really got off on a big one. Thank you. No, they don't have the right. And I truly believe, thank you, J13. I truly believe that if you're addicted, you shouldn't have, like, if you're on hard drugs, I'm not talking about a prescription. I'm not talking about marijuana. But if you're on hard drugs, you're not going to, you can't take care of children. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm going to let it go there. Oh my gosh, Neat Noodle. I cannot believe that. I'll have to talk to you about that because I had just been talking to, I'm so sorry that happened, but I definitely want to talk to you about that. Okay. So, thank you, Brandy. Thank you, guys. Well, it is what it is, but thank you, Elor. I was going to show you guys a video, hey MK, of Victoria. Trolls MJ2. Thank you, guys. You guys are the bomb, for real. Yes, I'm not yelling at you, and I should like do better at controlling myself, to be honest, but okay. Let's take a look at this, and then I'm going to let y'all go. But I think it's important, since we were just talking about it, I might as like not showing her and not telling her story, or not really telling it, but just speaking about it in the moment isn't the right thing to do, I don't think. But let's just see it.
Part two. So after winning the $25,000, she was so excited, saying that it was going to help their family as they had just taken in 3 more children.
Okay, so that's like a deep dive. Maybe this one.
The whole way she's coming over, I'm telling my husband, I said, you know what? We should have locked the other 2 up in cages because she need them 2. Ain't no way they gonna give us enough.
Okay, yeah, I'll just show you guys her picture, but there she is. Beautiful baby. And also, siblings that went through the trauma of losing her and, stuff like that too. But if you're ever interested, look into it. It's very sad, but it's, even though these are sad things to talk about, all of it, even addiction, all the things, even the whales get, dying. These are sad topics, but they're important. What's the alternative if you don't talk about them? Less people know about it. People are unaware. I don't know. I just think the alternative is not good. So adorable, very sad. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, thank you, Kelly, but probably too much. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe the father became state's witness against the adopted mother, the adopted father, and he got less time. Doctors, yes, Deb, you're so right. And let me say, there's a difference, I think, in being physically dependent on your medication your doctor gives you and being addicted. I do think there's differences, and everybody's different. Here's the thing. One of you guys might be able to get a prescription of Xanax, take it when you need it, and you'll be fine. For me, that can never happen. I wouldn't think I would do it now, but just knowing how I was, I don't want a bottle of those around me because I won't take it right. I'll take 20 of them, and So everybody's different, and I'm not shaming anybody. If you're on some kind of medication or something and it works for you and you take it properly and it's making your life better, that's kind of what I go by. Whether it's Xanax, I'm not a fan of methadone, but whatever. I've never been on it. I've just seen people who are so physically addicted and go through hell with it. But regardless, it's personal. If you're on methadone, Xanax, Suboxone, Tramadol, Klonopin, whatever, and you take it properly and it makes your life better. And it's your prescription, right? It's your doctor who's giving it to you and he knows everything about your health history and stuff. That's great. Continue, like, no shame at all. For me, like, if it makes your life worse, if you're having problems because you're on this, you're making your family mad or whatever. Like, I take what are those sleeping pills? Ambien, and I don't take them, but just for instance, if I've taken an Ambien and I don't remember like cussing out my whole family for no reason, things like that, maybe you should think about like adjusting that. But it's personal, no judgment, just like the weed. I believe in marijuana. I do. I think that it heals. It's natural. It can be used for so many different ailments and illnesses, and not even just THC like Delta 9, but also many other things, CBD, CBN, and there are a lot of other cannabinoids that are barely even talked about. Who knows what they could do as far as healing somebody? It's personal, no judgment. Just for me, if you're using street drugs, heroin, things like that, and losing your kids, I'm sorry. You don't deserve a lot of money when something happens to them after you've lost them 3 times and advocated for them to go somewhere else and then waited 2 years to report them missing. You don't. And I believe that in my heart. And I'm just going to tell you all the way I feel. So it is what it is. Thank you guys for listening to me tonight. Let me just run through the end of the comments, make sure I don't miss anything. And I'm going to let you guys go. We need to talk about the truth so things can change. This was a real WTF episode of What the Flip-Flop News. But, that's what it was made for. So, no, Sammy, I don't think they're okay. I didn't say that. Why are you putting that on me? I don't know. I mean, I don't think, obviously, CPS removed their kids. Oh, my God. It's so sad. I know that they're, I saw someone had sent me a link that one of the boys is up for adoption. So I didn't say anything about them. Yes, J13. Yes, Kelly, I did see the shark attack story. It was down, I actually grabbed it. I was going to talk about it. I don't know why I didn't have it, but it was close to the border of South Carolina. Yes. I think there's been a couple other way down south too, so I'll be keeping my eyes. If y'all see any, let me know. Right, PB&J? Everybody's different. Yeah. Yes, way better options than methadone. I think that was an old time, that was something that 20 years ago was looked at a lot more for people in recovery, and now they've came out with better things. Naloxone. Hell, you can literally get naloxone, the blocker that's in Suboxone will keep you from having cravings. You can get on something like that. You can get a shot of it so you don't have to take the pill. There are so many options out there. The biggest thing is, if you need help, please go talk to someone. If you want your life to change and you don't think it will, and that's why you stay in it, trust me, it will and it can, but you have to put in the effort. They fucking with the wrong one. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Have a great night. I love Mary Jane too. Amber, tomorrow I'm doing I was going to message you, but since you came in, I saw your new video. Please check out my friend Amber's latest video. She just posted today. It's a documentary. Tomorrow I'm going to go through the Idaho stuff you sent me, but it's a fundraiser for this nonprofit that helps provide school lunches and stuff. I thought that would be good for talking about, because this happened at a school as well. I don't know, trying to do something a little different, but try to do my part over here so if you want to come on, you definitely should. I think it's set for tomorrow evening at like 6:30. And you guys should go set the alert so you can be there if you want to be. Oh, Nicole, have a great night, Amy. Alex Erickson. Yes, I've really lived up to Amy tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. All right, have a good night. I'm going to say bye, or I'll just sit here and keep talking to y'all. This is what I wanted to come outside, because we just have good conversation. Like we're sitting at home on the porch together, shooting the shit and smoking a vape or something, you know? But, oh, I'm so sorry, KV. I can imagine it is. A lot of I feel like the family has it. I have a lot of compassion, and I'm so sorry for the family members of people who are actively using, who have to pick up those kids and explain why somebody's not there or whatever else. I'm just so sorry. I truly believe, as hard as it is to go through addiction and get clean or get in recovery, because I think, what's clean? Like, does that mean taking absolutely nothing and no smoking? Well, still, you can be in recovery and what? It's hard to get there, but it's so much harder on the family, because they have to witness and see it all. They're not getting high. They don't get to just nod out for 12 hours and not remember. You know, they're the ones sitting home, walking, pacing the floors, wondering when you're going to he's going to be home. I really believe the family has it the hardest, and I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you guys. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. If you are looking, if you really like, if you need help finding resources to get clean, email me, because I will 100% sit down and find the places. You can tell me where you're at. We can talk about it, find good places for you to go, resources. I don't know. I'll help however I can. Thank you to the mods. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Good night.